Hi, I'm Mike Bain from Christian Voice New Zealand. Yeah, I must admit, even at my age, I haven't learned the lesson. And that lesson is, don't react to Facebook comments. You know, it reminds me of a popular song from a couple of years back. You may remember it, Who Let the Dogs Out? Who? Anyway, although I didn't react with my keyboard, there were two posts on Christian-based platforms which made me wonder about people proclaiming to be Christians. The platform is called The Laughing Christian. Now, The Laughing Christian, by its name, is a place where you can find good, clean, funnies, humour, jokes, which sometimes takes the mickey out of things like heaven, St. Peter at the gates, church and God. Now, about humour. I accept my sense of humour is subjective and different to, say, my wife and sometimes my friends, and they may have at sometimes taken offence, for which I'm sorry. But it's a bit like talking about politics or health these days. Not everyone's on the same page. But going back to posting a funny, it stops being funny when someone takes exception, and that's when you really need to call on one or more of the 9 fruits of the Spirit. Let me just remind you of them. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. If somebody unleashes the dogs and barks viciously using the blasphemy card or the woke card, they need to consider that many of the Bible's teachings against judging others relate to those who rebuke others for the very same things that they do themselves. Yes, some humour can be seen to cross the line. Yes, there is some humour which is just way over the top. But we're not all guilty of this occasional misstep. And dare I say it, we're all made in the image of God, meaning God gave us the ability to see the humorous side of life and the ability to laugh at oneself. Look, it's not what we do when it comes to showing displeasure, but how we do it. So before we let the dogs out and verbally slap anyone down about anything, we should first consider our own motives. 1 Corinthians 16:14 says, let everything be done in love. The other post was an invitation to a new Christian to form a study group to help them understand the Bible. Now, to be honest, I was shocked I was, when I started to read the comments. There were differing opinions about starting a group, but then the dogs arrived in the form of comments like this. Imagine it, a group of new Christians arguing with old religious zealots. Even if you start a group in your denomination, even then infighting is still an eventual possibility. Don't think about starting a group, for that won't work. There are too many dissenting views, too many people who are willing to argue to the point of confusing new believers. And the final one, the problem is that older Christians often become dogmatic and drive off the ones who don't sin the same way you do. Do you get the off-putting picture? Imagine if it was you who genuinely asked about starting a Bible study group or posted a bit of humour to brighten somebody else's day. No, I didn't engage in any of the discussion from either of the posts, but it made me worry, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. But both Jesus and Paul said the biggest threat to the church will not come from the outside but within. The church in New Zealand is not unified. The fragmentation is obvious when you see one church move away from doctrine which is a cornerstone to its faith. Look at the number of professed faiths who openly support things like homosexuality, euthanasia, segregation, but they forget to open the Bible. Mark 3:25, Jesus said, if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And when you see where church leaders fail to disagree, there is disunity within the faith. Who is it that benefits from this disunity and the lack of harmony? Well, there's only one winner, and that's Satan the devil. He knows he's only a short time, he's already has most of the world, so what's left? It's you. Yes, it's you, the Christian, whom Jesus told, love one another as I have loved you. And so it is right there in the comments section of the Facebook. Every day, Christians unleashing the dogs over trivial matters. But when it comes to defending their faith, there's hardly a whimper to be heard. Remember, you are the church, and to be the church, we need to get over our righteous indignation. If we unleash the dogs on Facebook, where everybody can see it, how different are we to those pious Pharisees back in Jesus' day? So here's the thing. Psalm 23:16 says, dogs surround me, a pack of villains encircle me. They pierce my hands and my feet. So let's not crucify, let's not feed our fellow Christians to the dogs for asking for encouragement or having an idea. And as for humour, have we become so serious that we've forgotten how to even laugh?
Thank you for watching. Help us to spread this message by sharing it within your own network. If you want to see more messages like this one, simply hit the subscribe button. For more information about our work, or if you're moved to donate the price of a cup of coffee, jump online to our website, christianvoicenewzealand.com.